Hi, Don Peterson here, swingfactory.com. Thanks for coming. I want to go over the top 5 ways that you can fix your slice. Now, the number one way that to help you fix your slice is to make sure that you get your lead hand on correctly. For golfers, the lead hand for a right-hander is your left hand. Left-handed golfers, lead hand is the right hand. So start with your lead hand. Most amateurs and most people who slice put their hand on the club in an improper position. And right now you can see the top butt end of the club right here, this part of the grip. If you can see that and you look in a mirror and you can see the forearm off at an angle like this is the wrong position. You should have the hand and the wrist more over the top of the butt of the club like that. To exaggerate this, I'm going to stick the butt end out over here, and I want you to see here the face is straight up and down, but the butt end is underneath this heel pad, and I've got the grip sticking out the left side of my forearm. And then I want you to go palm up over here, and you can see the club face will close. If I go palm down over here, the face is more open. So we're going to go palm down over here, palm up over here, and you're going to feel that club face start to release at the bottom. You're going to definitely feel the club face closing as you go through there, especially if you're relaxed with your wrists and you just let it flip. Again, palm down on your backswing, palm up on your follow through. There's definitely rolling of the face as you go through impact, and this will help you get the club face closed. You'll even start drawing the ball. Then once you get that feeling, just put your grip back up, put your hand back up on the top of the grip. You'll now have the butt end underneath the left heel pad or underneath that ulna bone. And then you put your right hand on and allow the same thing to happen. Just feel like it's palm, your left hand is palm down here and palm up there. And you'll have a nice release, and this will get you hitting a nice little draw. All right, now, number 2, the second best way you can fix your slice would be to make a bigger shoulder turn. Okay, so I'm going to stand here and I'm going to take a short turn. This is what most amateurs do. They take a short turn. And what will happen if you take a short turn, your arms lift and then you swing across the ball coming down. Instead of turning and swinging more inside out or to right field, golfers get up here and they pull across and they slice the ball because of the path. To fix that, you need to take a bigger shoulder turn. Now, most of you will try to take a bigger shoulder turn, and what will happen is you're just going to lift your arms further. So try to keep your arms out of it and start turning, and don't move your arms, and just keep turning until you get your back turned to the target. What will happen is you'll feel like you're turning away from the ball, and this is the key. Again, most slicers, they're too concerned with keeping their head still, and they'll keep their head still and lift their arms and then slice across the ball. So give up that idea of trying to keep your head still, and let's rotate, let's turn away from the body. If you do it correctly, your head will stay still, but try to make a bigger pivot or bigger back turn. And if you put a club across your shoulders like this, make that big back turn, you're going to see that you've got your hands deeper. And if you get your hands deeper, depth in the golf swing, if I go up here, that's shallow, and if I turn here, that's deep. So I want my hands back in here so that I can swing through and down the line. All right? That's number 2, and that'll help you get that slice. You'll hit inside out more, and you'll have a better path into the ball. Third best way you can fix your slice would be to what I call arch the left wrist, okay, or close the club face going back. There's a lot of people who get to the top of the swing and their left wrist is quite cupped. It gets really cupped like this, and that makes you come across a little bit, and you also have the face quite open when you're coming down like this, and you'll see people when they get the face really open, they can't do anything to get it closed, and the ball slices. So to fix that, I want you to feel like you're arching your wrist, and I tell people to pretend like you have an ice cream scoop in your left hand and you're scooping this way. So it's like when you go back, I want you to feel like you're turning that scoop under. So as you're swinging back, your left hand is kind of scooping under, and you can see that face is closed rather than this way is letting it open. So I would practice taking the club back closed if you're a slicer and turning that left wrist kind of under, kind of like Dustin Johnson does at the top of his swing. Now, if you do it too extreme, you can pull some and hurt some tendons or strain some tendons in your left wrist. So be careful with this drill. But if you can turn it under as you're going back and get that face more closed at the top, that's gonna keep you from slicing rather than getting it cupped at the top. So that's number 3, would be to arch or flatten that left wrist as you go back. And this is, again, this is kind of a temporary fix, because what we're trying to do is get you out of cupping and get you to flatten that wrist by arching that wrist, okay? So feel like you're kind of turning or arching that wrist under as you go back, and that'll help you get the club face closed going back, and it'll obviously help you have the club face closed coming down. So that's number 3. The fourth thing, the fourth best way that you can fix your slice would be to work on your left elbow, okay? Again, this would be your lead elbow, left for a right-handed golfer, but my lead elbow. And again, what happens is we have forearm rotation a lot of times, or arm rotation or dislocation, whatever you want to call it. Your left elbow rotates open, and you'll see right here, you can see my elbow, the point of my elbow right here, and that would be an open face at this point of my swing. And if you get the face going open because this elbow is going away from you like this right here, what'll happen is it makes you come across it, and you're gonna have the face open and outside in path, and you're gonna slice. So let's fix that by keeping the arm what feels like, and you'll see VJ saying they stick towels. A lot of players will stick something underneath their arm, and they'll keep that left elbow turned in like this. Okay, so if you looked at me from here, it makes you turn and make a bigger shoulder turn, which is a good thing. And the other thing, see that elbow right there? It doesn't turn, and I won't go back with just my arm. What it happens is it makes me, if I keep this turned in and keep my arm tight against my chest here, it'll make me turn my back and make a bigger pivot as well. But it also keeps that club face closed, same thing. If I let this elbow roll out, the face gets open right here. See, if I let that elbow roll out, you can see the open face. If I keep it in, it keeps the face shut. So that's going to help you improve the slice as well. Anything that keeps the face more shut going back will help you from slicing the ball. And the 5th way that you can fix your slice would be to close your shoulders. And if you looked at someone from this view here, if I'm lined up straight with my feet, there's a lot of players who will reach out. They'll reach out with their right hand, and that pulls the shoulders open. And if your shoulders are extremely open, you're going to cut across and you're going to hit slices. Okay, so what I would have you do would be to set up with your shoulders a little bit closed. And in order to do this, you need to feel like your left arm is out and your right shoulder and right elbow are low and inside. So I would have you feel like you're coming at the ball more from this angle here, not from this angle. Most people reach out with that right shoulder and right hand. I want you to stick that left hand out there first and then feel like you're coming up under. Come from under the shaft, take your grip, and then you'll swing more inside out. You can see your shoulders are lined up better to hit the ball from here than if you set up with your right shoulder out like this. You're lined up to hit the ball to left field and slice it back to the right. All right? There you go. 5 best ways to fix your slice. Thanks for coming to visit my channel, and I hope to see you again soon.